Hello, and welcome back to Explain the Charts. Today, May 30th, 2025, we're doing an in-depth analysis of Ethereum, ticker symbol ETHUSD. We're going to be looking at current events and news surrounding Ethereum, and then diving into the chart data to see how these events might be reflected in the price action. First, let's recap some of the recent headlines based on a recent Google search. We can see news from investing.com Nigeria talks about $3,000 Ethereum possibly coming. CoinDesk mentions Bitcoin sliding, but an analyst sees Ether breakout. FX Street mentions Ethereum tackling a $2,750 wall. We also see news about Cardano beating Ethereum in core dev activity. There's a lot of talk around ETHUSD and its bullish momentum and speculation on whether Ethereum can surge to $4,000 despite whales selling coins. Now, let's switch over to the charts and see what we can find. Let's start with the daily chart to get a broader perspective. Looking at the daily candles, we see Ethereum trading around the $3,750 level after recent volatility. We can see a period of strong upward movement followed by some consolidation and pullback. It's important to note that Deribit has a large options expiry today, and this could be correlated with some of the recent price action. There's also been news of whales selling coins which may have caused pullbacks, but there is also a bullish sentiment for Ethereum, possibly going to $3,000. Let's narrow in and see what the shorter time frames can tell us. Now, let's switch to the 1-hour chart to get a more granular view of recent price action. On the 1-hour chart, we can see the recent struggle to break through certain resistance levels. We also see key support levels where buyers have stepped in to prevent further declines. The support and resistance levels on the 1-hour chart can be used to set take profits and stop losses. The bulls seem to want to push past $2,750, but if the bears win, it could fall to the $2,550 to $2,450 support zone that some analysts mention. Now, let's get even more granular and look at the 15-minute chart. On the 15-minute chart, we can observe intraday price movements and potential short-term trading opportunities. There are no long timeframes of 15-minute data, which indicates this zoomed-in view is only so valuable. Currently, the 15-minute chart shows some indecision, with price fluctuating within a relatively narrow range. The news mentions a level of $2,700 before the options expiry at 8 a.m. Universal Time Coordinated, which is in 7.5 hours. Keep an eye on that level as the expiry draws closer. Overall, we can say that if Ethereum can hold above key support, the bullish momentum could continue, and it could reach the $3,000 milestone in June. However, if it breaks below support, further downside is possible. It is also worth keeping in mind that analysts are divided, and some have a pessimistic view of Ethereum possibly falling to $2,500. As always, manage your risk and consider both technical analysis and current news events when making trading decisions. Thanks for watching Explain the Charts.